Hello everybody, 7th String Zeph here, and today I'll be bringing you the fastest game of Hero Attack ever. Not the thing you might have seen floating around the forums 6 months ago, the real deal. And today I'll be casting with HolySmokes, the noob of our times.
Also known as the most brilliant strategist Hero Attack has ever seen.
In what sense?
And just to point out, actually last night I found out that they deleted the replay off the replays forum of the old fastest record. So in light of that, and you know, the fact that we're not really playing this game too much anymore, I thought we could go ahead and post this strategy that we've actually had. This game was, I guess,
it was about January.
Back in January.
Yeah, I was on break, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, we've had this for a long time, and the reason we didn't release it, or I kind of swore at all these players to secrecy, was that we were actually going to use this in a tourney, but unfortunately there were really no tourneys that happened. We were kind of saving it for later rounds. Later rounds didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, the tourney kind of broke up, and nothing really happened. So
we didn't have enough time. I'd just like to point out that just like in the last replay, we have another non-believer of the strategy. Yao calls out 5 minutes, the game is over. Storm Rider, our Fish.io incarnate, gives him a K cool. He's pretty confident.
Yeah, he's
really confident, actually.
He thinks they're gonna, you know, they'll be fine. There's no such thing as a 5-minute win in Hero Attack.
Yeah, win 5 minutes. It can't be done.
It's not possible. I mean, it doesn't happen in League of Legends, does it? So, no. No, it can't.
Another thing to point out is it also wasn't done because there were some, some patches that came out that made the viability of the strategy a little bit weaker. Yeah. Not saying you still couldn't do it, but it might be harder to achieve the time that we do achieve in this game.
I mean, you'll see what we mean, but basically Banelings got nerfed against buildings, and the
Nidus Canal price went up, which might make it a bit harder to get over to the enemy base in time for the buildings to spawn. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. So, starting off, I guess we should introduce the players. It's kind of important, except for you. First, we've got Quest, who is Holy's friend, playing Roach. He's bad. We won't pay any attention to him. Yao Mizzle, I think he's pretty well known. Everyone already knows he's bad, so there's no reason to bring it up. But I did it anyway because there's never too much emphasis of that. In the top left, we have Ski as Queen. And I suppose I should let you introduce me, because I took 3 heroes.
Alright, I'll take over from here. I'm stuck introducing the Banelings Crittering, which is very crucial to this strategy, actually. String is that.
Surprisingly, he left me to do the job. I wonder why.
Well, in the bot mid, we have Fu playing Ovi, another crucial role. Actually, almost everybody's crucial.
Yeah, except for the top 2. They don't matter.
But we'll make sure we point out his significance shortly. And myself playing Zergling on the bottom lane. You'll see I only have one Zergling in the lane. The other Zergling is back at base on the beacon. And that is because I'm going to use the one on the beacon to spawn Zerglings to keep the one in the lane at full energy, so I can spawn Zerglings as I'm running, a few extra Zerglings to tank as I'm running up the ramp later on.
I'm sorry, viewers. What he actually meant is, no, I left it at the beacon because I can't micro 2 heroes at the same time.
Don't let everybody know my secret shame.
It's kind of sad, but yeah, I suppose not. So
yeah, go ahead.
So I'll bring up the Baneling Crittering a little bit. You've probably seen this in my Baneling guide. This is a prototype form. I just missed a pull. Why do I always see the one where I missed a pull? Yeah, that's just a dumb critter. But basically, all you do...
That's what it was.
The important part about this Baneling Crittering strat is it might not be viable if you're planning on having your Banelings critter long-term, because they start to suck after level 5. But in this strategy, it is vital for the Banelings to make enough money for level 1 upgrades and enough experience for a level 3. And this is really the only way to do it in time for actually breaking the record.
Yeah. It's the best way. It's pretty easy to do when you're doing it right. When you're pulling to the actual middle creep instead of pulling around over here like you see him doing right now.
You'll see a better example in my Baneling guide. But also, I'd like to note the Changelings gathering over. Oh.
Right, very important. So you're going to see that he's actually going to build enough Changelings later on in the game to one-shot a building. And this was something I'd tried before, but I didn't really try it wholeheartedly. I well, that surely can't be done. But then Jim Rats actually mentioned it to me. He's like, well, why don't you try you know, OV changelings to pop a building down. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And sure enough, you can get enough changelings in time to instantly blow up a building.
Yeah. This revolves around, if any of you don't know about timing attacks, it's basically when the buildings pop up, and they're at 125 health, which is the magic number. It's hard to hit them exactly then, but if you have a damage value of around that, you'll be fine. And we're going to pause in just a little bit.
Here shortly. Yeah, when the night is come out, you'll see the lings are now making their way up the ramp. You see the changelings getting into position. Everyone's gone back to base on the beacon. They're buying their spore cannons, very reminiscent of the last game. So we'll get ready here to pause at 52.
Yep.
All right. And just to go ahead and lay it out if you want to get into
So we'll go into this. There's going to be 4 buildings spawning towards the inside, towards the Nexus. To the right, you'll see there are already 5 changelings ready to blow up immediately on that first building, which will one-shot it.
Yeah, you can see that probe already going down to build that building, so they're in perfect position right now.
Next, the banelings are splitting up. One baneling goes to the bottom top, or the one next. The banelings split up to the buildings next to the Nidus.
There you go.
Yeah, it's easier that way. So the banelings split up, and with any luck, at level 3 weapons, they are just barely able to one-shot it. We'll see how well that works out.
Really hard to hit that timing perfectly, though. But especially since the buildings don't exactly all spawn at the same time. It just depends on which probes get there, which probes get pulled from where to build the buildings.
The probes are all assigned at the same time, but they get there at different times.
Right. We'll see the Roach and Corruptor, probably along with the OV, going after the very top building, trying to instantly take that out. The Queen will pop out and ideally would spawn larvae and just sit on the other side of the Nexus near their beacon and just build up larvae so that when the buildings go down, he'll have as much DPS and tankiness to help take the Nexus down even faster. Unfortunately, not quite going to pan out that way, but we'll also see everybody drop their spore cannons in very specific spots. The OV, the Roach, and the Corruptor, since they're going to go after the top building, are going to drop their cannons down on the top side. Everybody else will drop it down on the bottom side, so we're not having any overlapping or bad cannon placements. Really important. The Lings will mostly be used just to tank damage here to make sure that the banelings and other important units do not die as fast.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you might think the Lings are a DPS unit, but really they were just there to get into the base. After that, they're pretty much just free damage and tanking. So.
Right. If you can keep them alive, great. I mean, that's a lot more DPS, but you'll usually take quite a bit of damage coming up the ramp anyway. So if we want to go ahead and get into this.
So I'll start the play.
All right,
buildings come down, and they're
instantly pop one.
The banelings managed to get one, but then another one managed to survive, and the Queen is forced to deal with that instead of getting behind the Nexus.
Right, and you'll see Ski get his cannon on that building and help take that down right away. The 3 cannons on the top take that building down right away. Everyone's starting to focus on the Nexus. The Nidus Canal unfortunately goes down before a few more people can get through. And Storm Rider.
Hold on a sec, I gotta. Yeah, sorry guys, I have to back up just a second. This is important. I wouldn't want to miss it.
It's crucial. We don't want to miss this. Storm Rider, a non-believer.
So Storm Rider is just hanging in his lane, man. And
he's just chilling,
he's like,
having a good time.
What are these Zerg guys doing in my base? He doesn't really believe that it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's no big deal, right? They're attacking the main. What does that mean? You know, they're not going to kill it.
Can't kill the main in 5 minutes.
Can't win in 5 minutes.
Stupid.
Remember.
I think it's in the code. Oh. Damn. And
that is right there with a new record time of 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Actually, I don't even know if I can call this new anymore, considering it was made back in January.
Yeah, but I mean, we would have shown it to you guys earlier, but
had it not been, you know, the fact that we did intend to use this in Eternity, just unfortunately never had time to practice with our real team, and you know, a couple of the patches messed some things up a bit.
We might.
But still, you know, I think that this is definitely something that you can mess around with in pub stomp games.
Especially now that you have infinite money.
Yeah, well, maybe this would be the best way to beat cheaters. You know, beat them before 5 minutes before they really start becoming a nuisance.
Yeah, I mean, get level 5 weapons on banelings, and the nerfs to banelings don't really matter, do they?
It's really a lot of fun to do though, to mess around with it. But if you break our record, you know, you break your legs.
Yeah.
So Yeah, don't do
Try
that.
not to. It's really hard to resist the temptation.
But if you do, I'll just come along and set a faster one with a different strategy. It's fine.
The one that a strategy that I devised, of course.
Oh yeah, string device strategy gonna happen. Not. So
it
yeah.
Could happen.
So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope you guys enjoyed. Even though we had to play that out on normal, kind of slow, but a lot of things happening, a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah.
So, game was a lot of fun to play, and hopefully one day Hero Attack gets fixed, and we can do some more fun little strategies like this and post them up on the forum as well.
I don't know if we should do that. They might get nerfed, but we'll try not.
That's true. It's happened in the past.
So this is 7th String as F, signing off.
And HolySmokes.
Oh, F.